very difficult. Like my vehicle, my truck, I wasn't able to utilize that to regulate my items, and it was a conditional um, circumstance. So I did a moving job where I provided a client with moving like items, and I had a U-Haul truck essentially, and some items I kept, but I wasn't able to get everything situated in time. And I do understand that, those exits and those entrances need to be cleared. And I
Have
have,
you cleared them, sir?
yes, sir.
Did you contact the landlord regarding that?
I did not immediately because I didn't know how appropriate it was to, let them know that, but they have seen personally when they've done work orders that it
All
has
right,
been.
here's what I'm going to do. Landlord can do an inspection of the premises, and then they can decide where they or how they want to proceed. I'll adjourn this matter out May 8th, 2026, 1 p.m. That's my next date. And then we'll see where we go from there. Sir, that is an in-person hearing.
Okay, May 8th at 1 o'clock p.m.
Is it 1?
Yes.
At 1 o'clock, yes.
Okay. And then
All
just
right.
to confirm the location, I believe it's off of Washington, but just to confirm that location for the
413.
Right away, we're stepping into a fast-moving courtroom environment, but don't blink. What seems like routine logistics can quickly turn into life-changing legal decisions. In cases like these, timing, presence, and paperwork are everything. Miss a step, and you might lose your case before it even begins.
4133 Washington is the court address. We're right next to the sheriff's department.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Freeman. Austin, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. Take care. Showcase Investments versus, is it Jorge Belanga?
Good morning, Your Honor. Jarrett Levine for the plaintiff. And we have a representative of Showcase with us as well.
Hello.
All right. And Berlanga? Not present. This is a land contract forfeiture. I don't have, did you guys pay for a second mailing or no?
It's like we did personal service on April 12th.
Yes, I see. I actually see 2. 12th and the 25th. I don't know why my file's marked that way.
I was personally served on the 12th.
Here's where things get serious. This is a land contract forfeiture case. That's not your typical eviction. Instead of just missing rent, the defendant could lose ownership rights entirely. And notice something critical already. The defendant isn't even present. That's a huge red flag in court.
And I don't know that you do a second mailing. It's not a landlord tenant case. It's land contract forfeiture, so it's not.
I understand that, counsel.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out. All right, I'll let you proceed. Who's going to give me the testimony?
Oh, Andrea Gotcher.
All right. Ma'am, raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, counsel.
Thank you. Are you representative of the plaintiff in this case?
Yes.
In what capacity?
I am one of the owners.
You're one of the owners. Are you familiar with the books and records as they relate to the defendant, Jorge Berlanga?
Yes.
Is there a land contract between the parties
Yes, there is.
attached to the complaint? Was
Yes.
there a balloon payment that came due at the end of the year?
Yes, on December 31st, 2025.
And you did not receive that payment?
No.
At this time, according to your records, are you showing that the account is due, including unpaid interest, insurance, taxes, and the remaining principal balance to be $205,831.38?
Yes.
And we have costs of $175, Your Honor, for the cost of filing, serving, and the $75 statutory attorney fee.
There.
And with that, we're asking the court to enter a judgment of possession.
This is the turning point. The plaintiff is asking for possession and forfeiture, meaning not only eviction, but wiping out the buyer's stake in the property. And because the defendant didn't show up, there's no one to challenge the numbers, the claims. Nothing. This is how cases get decided in minutes.
After land contract forfeiture for the total amount of $206,000 and $206,006.38. $206,006.38 would be the total judgment amount. And the proposed judgment would provide that less than 50% of the purchase price has been paid. So a 90-day redemption period would apply, allowing for an order of eviction to issue upon the expiration of 90 days, unless the defendant pays the total amount.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default,
Thank you.
for possession or forfeiture.
Thank you, Your Honor.
British in 90 days. I will sign the order when it is presented.
I'll submit it. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Price Tree Apartments versus Anthony Arman.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rachel Dornbush, Pallets Law, on behalf of the plaintiff.
Arman, not checked in. This is a health hazard. If you'd like to proceed, you may raise your right hand.
Okay. This just escalated fast. We're not talking about unpaid rent anymore. This is a health hazard eviction. When conditions involve things like contamination or pest infestation, courts can skip the usual waiting periods. Translation: eviction can happen almost immediately. Would you want to live next door to this?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be truth, whole truth, nothing but the true self you got?
I do, again, for the record, Your Honor, Rachel Dornbush, Pallets Law, on behalf of the plaintiff. Excuse me, Your Honor, as the court indicated, this is an action for health hazard, and as indicated in the demand for possession, there are excessive amounts of fecal matter that have accumulated inside the unit, creating an environment for pestilence to occur, which is a hazard. Your Honor, additionally, this health hazard was issued within months of a previously issued health hazard that the tenant did take steps to correct, but it again fell back into another unsafe condition. Additionally, Your Honor, at least at the time that this notice was issued on March 26th, there was no electricity upon information of belief at the unit. Also, upon information of belief, Your Honor, defendant remains in possession of the unit. And pursuant to the complaint that was filed, Your Honor, we are requesting an immediate order of eviction.
And just like that default judgment, no defense, no delay, no second chances. This is one of the harsh realities of court. If you don't show up, the system moves on without you. It's not personal. It's procedural, but the consequences, very real.
Grant judgment to the plaintiff for possession by default. Writ would issue immediately.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will submit a judgment with a writ date of today, and then we will get a writ submitted to the court.
All right, fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Evergreen Apartments versus Marcalia Jennings.
Hi.
Your Honor, James Fink for the plaintiff.
Miss Jennings, you there?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Including costs, $3,075.27, 307527.
All right. Miss Jennings, how are you going to
Yes.
get that? Miss Jennings?
I'm here.
Okay. How are you intending on getting that paid?
On May 1st, I'm gonna pay $1,100. I get 3 checks in the month of May. I had lost my job, so that's the delay, but I just got a new job.
All right. So your intent is to get yourself caught up in May?
Yeah, there'll probably be a couple hundreds left by the end of May, probably about 500 left, but with my 3 checks in May, I should be able to get it down.
All right. Have you talked to the landlord about that?
Yes.
All right. And what did they say?
Well, she just said good luck in court because I know they don't do payment plans or anything. So, I talked to Sydney quite a bit, and I always tell her my game plans on what I plan on doing.
All right. So on May 1st, you're going to pay how much?
$1,100.
All right. I will adjourn this out to, because you're entitled to that by my next date.
Now, this is a different side of the courtroom. Instead of immediate judgment, the judge pauses the case, giving the tenant a chance to catch up. Notice the shift. Courts aren't always about punishment. Sometimes they're about opportunity. The real question is, will she follow through before the next hearing?
You may want to, did you contact Hawk or anyone to help you with this, ma'am?
No.
All right. I'm going to suggest that you do. And once you do, fill out the rental assistance form, submit it to the court. You should do that by Wednesday. So I'm going to suggest that you call them because they may be able to help you get yourself caught up. If you pay the $1,100, you're going to be right around the maximum amount they might be able to assist you with.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
it looks from the ledger like she gets 100% rental assistance starting May 1st. So she's only going to go up about 100, maybe
Oh,
250 with late fees. So if she can get assistance, she can actually get this taken care of.
got it. Okay. You got that, Ms. Jennings?
Yeah, if I get in touch with Hawk by May 1st, they might pay the balance.
Well, you should call them today.
Okay.
All right. Do you have the number?
Yes.
All right. I want you to call them today.
Okay.
All right. And you put the other one, well, you may be able to get it all caught up anyway, but I'll put that you're going to pay the 1,100 by the 1st. You need to call Hawk right away. That'd be May 8th, 2026 at 3 p.m. That's in person. Okay, ma'am?
May 8th, 3 p.m. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Your Honor.
Evergreen Apartments versus Christopher Hesterly.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
Hesterly? He's here.
Yeah, he was checked in.
He was checked in, but not. All right, I'll pass it, see if
Thank you.
come back. Evergreen versus, is it Nokashia? Is it Haralson? And Maurice Rutley.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
Okay. And they're both here?
Ms. Harrelson.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there they are.
Rutley.
They're both here.
We are both here.
All right. All right. What is the plaintiff's claim?
Including costs, $2,865.10.
All right. Folks, how are we intending on getting that paid?
Well, we both just started working again. I literally just started working on Tuesday. I plan on making my first payment on the 7th of next month because that's when my first check will be. And I plan on paying it all down. We have ran into a few problems while we've been there, but that hasn't been the problem of us paying. We just both had switched employment at an undesirable time.
Okay. So on the 7th, how much are you going to pay?
I would say we can pay at least $1,500 by the 7th, at least.
All right. Ma'am,
I've
is that all
also-
correct?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I've also been making like little small payments as well, and I've been talking to Hawk, and they gave me some resources to deal with too.
All right. Did you guys contact Hawk?
I
Yes.
did. The representative that I spoke to told me I was a little over with my job when it comes to the requirements that they have for the estimation. I'm sorry, I don't have my words correctly, but she just gave me a better source to call. She gave me some other people to call that can probably help us out. They also just told me to probably put like a small payment down because it was a little more beforehand, but I did pay 500 about a couple weeks ago, and I'll see if I can put a little more down next week to kind of bring that down as much as possible.
Okay, so next week you can pay some, and then by the 7th, is that the 1,500 number? Is that going to include what you're talking about, Ms. Harrelson?
I believe so.
Okay.
No, that shouldn't include it. I think it might take it out. I was trying to see if he was going to answer.
You were going to see if Rutley was going to answer?
Yeah, we was on this
Yeah,
together.
but I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to him. I'll talk to
Okay.
you.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
because he just started talking. I didn't know. I wanted to hear what you said. So,
Yes, sir.
all right. So your guys are gonna get at least 1,500 in by the 7th.
Yes, sir.
And then you're gonna contact the other resources, see where you are.
I'm actually going to try to still keep contacting the resources today. I'm at lunch at 12, so I want to keep contacting them by then and then still kind of work on it
See
by
where
next
you
week.
are.
Yes, sir.
All right. So here's what I'll do. I'll adjourn you guys out to May 8th, 2026 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. All right. Pay the 1,500. Your rent's gonna click in at the 12. So we're only gonna net about 3, maybe 2 or 3 off of that. But that'll still put you in the realm that if you get assistance, it can get you guys cleared.
That's fine.
Sound good?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
It's okay. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, Mr. Rudley. I'll hear from you. All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Can I put on a record that we are dealing with a pest problem there?
Okay.
Where like we've been dealing with it since we moved in, and there's been roaches there since we've moved in. They have sent pest control out, but it's still an ongoing problem.
All right. Have you contacted the landlord again about that?
Yes, we've got documentation that we've contacted them.
Well, when's the last time you contacted them?
She would know that because I typically have her contact them.
She left, I think.
I'm sorry about that.
She dropped off. Okay, well, Mr. Fink now knows. He'll let them know, and then we'll try to see where we are.
Okay.
When we get back on the 8th. All right, sir?
That sounds good to me.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Glencoe Hills versus Angela Stoker.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
Angela Stoker. She is not here. If you'd like to proceed, raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, this is an action for non-payment of rent. Angela Stoker owes $455.88 in rent, costs of $171 for a total possession only judgment of $626.88. Requested default in that amount with a writ to issue if it is not paid or she doesn't move on or before May 4th.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days.
Thank you.
Thank you. Glencoe Hills versus Jerome Adams.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
Jerome Adams. They are not here. You may proceed, sir.
Your Honor, Mr. Adams owes on a non-payment of rent case $3,074.69 in rent. The costs are $171 for a total possession only judgment of $3,245.69 with a writ to issue after May 4th.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ to issue 10 days.
Thank you.
Gulfside Lake 1 and 2 versus Bonnie Jacques and Brandon.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
Hey, the Jacques usually show up. Okay. Okay, neither are present. You may proceed.
This is also a non-payment of rent case, Your Honor. These defendants owe $2,790.85 in rent. The costs are $214 for a total possession only judgment of $3,004.85.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested, rate to issue in 10 days. Gulfside Lake 1 and 2 versus Alicia Sarr.
James Fink for the plaintiff. I see she's here.
Hello?
Oh, there. Okay.
Hello? Sorry,
Is
my
that-
camera's not working.
No, it is.
Oh, it is? Oh, I can't see anything.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we can see you.
Okay.
We saw your smile right away. That's how I knew it was you.
Oh,
Okay. All right. What is the plaintiff's claim?
$1,740.24. 1740.24.
All right. And Ms. Sarr? Did she drop?
yes.
No, she's there.
No, she's still here. Okay. How are you intending on getting that paid?
So I'm paying down about 400 at least every week. So I plan on having it paid by the 16th, and then I did about 260 this morning.
Okay, so you paid $260 this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, when's the next time you can make a payment?
Tomorrow.
All right, and how much are you going to pay tomorrow?
At least 400.
Okay, so you're going to pay 400. That's by the 25th. All right. And then after that, do you know when your next payment's going to be?
Yeah, at least 500 at least every Saturday. So on the 2nd next.
Okay, so 500 on the 2nd. Okay, I'll stop there because that'll get me a little over what your monthly rent is. So at least we're staying even and we'll figure this out. I'll adjourn this out to May 8th, 2026 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. What I'm going to suggest you do is contact plaintiff's counsel's office and see if you can work out some conditional dismissal to get this paid off.
Okay. Counsel.
Okay.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Thank you.
Did that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And just make sure to make those payments, okay? And then we'll see where we are on the 8th.
Thank you.
Have a blessed weekend, Miss Seth.
You too.
Gulfside Lake 1 and 2 versus, is it BK Diarra?
Yeah, Bakai Diarra.
Say it again.
Bakai Diarra.
Diarra. Okay.
Yeah.
I liked it when I said it. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
How you doing, Judge?
I'm doing okay, sir. All right. And Mr. Fink, what is the claim in this case?
$2,959.30.
All right. Sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
So I'm gonna be getting assistance from Hawk and DHS. They helped me out last time, so I'm gonna be getting assistance from them.
Okay. Have you already applied?
Yeah. I already applied.
To which one? DHS?
Both of them.
All right. Did Hawk give you an appointment?
No, Hawk didn't give me an appointment.
When did you call him?
I called them yesterday.
Okay, because I don't have anything on the sheet they give me because I don't have a person here. We can't check.
Okay.
Nicely played.
What do you say?
Nicely played, Your Honor.
You like that? All right. So, sir, here's what I'll do. In your rental packet, there's a sheet called a rental assistance form. You'll need to fill that out with the information regarding Hawk and DHS.
Okay.
I'm going to have to take you at your word that you contacted them and did whatever. I'll adjourn this out to May 8th, 2026 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing.
Okay.
Between now and then, is there anything that you can pay? Because with your monthly rent, By the time we come back, it's going to kick you over their $3,000 cap.
So right now I'm currently unemployed, but I'm supposed to be getting employed soon, like maybe in the next 2 weeks or so. So yeah, that's just been the current situation that's been going on.
Okay. And they're likely not going to do anything until you're employed because you've got to show some type of sustainability for this apartment.
Okay.
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 Fill out those forms, get them to the court by Wednesday,
Mhm.
and we'll see you May 8th at 3.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Your Honor,
All
may
right.
I?
Yes, sir.
I see Ms. Hicks is here and she's at the courthouse at the access point. Her case has been dismissed.
Oh, okay. All right. You hear that, Miss Hicks? Let me call it so that.
I don't even think you have it, Judge. Well,
No,
it's
I
in your
did.
dismissal stack.
Yeah. Gunco Hills versus Ali Hicks. Miss Hicks? Oh, we can't hear you. Hold on the space bar on the computer.
Can you hear
Okay,
me
there you
now,
are.
sir? Can you hear me,
Hello,
sir?
Miss Hicks.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Your case is dismissed.
And this is the moment everyone hopes for. Case dismissed. You can hear the relief instantly. This isn't just a legal win, it's emotional, financial, and personal freedom all at once, after watching so many defaults and evictions. This hits differently.
Oh, praise God. Yay! Oh my goodness. If I didn't have this cane, I would, oh my God. Oh, thank you, Father God. Okay. Yes, sir.
All right.
Ms. Hicks, I tried to send you a text from the phone number we had.
I'm sorry, my phone isn't on.
Okay, well, that's probably a good thing, but
Yeah.
Okay. So you're all set, Miss Hicks. You have a great, blessed weekend, okay?
Thank you, sir. You have a wonderful, awesome, blessed weekend also.
All right. Take care. All right. Gulfside Lake 3 versus Erica Hall.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
Where? Okay. There you are. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I think I'm okay. All right. How much does Miss Hall owe?
$2,436.58.
Okay. How are we going to get this paid this time?
Uh, well, I made a payment last night for $240, and I made one this morning for $135. And I'm waiting on my income tax to come back. But next week I can pay $500, and then it might be more than that. But me doing hair if I get more clients. But I can definitely get it taken care of.
Okay, so you're going to pay $500 by next week sometime?
Yeah. And possibly more, but I just want to say $500 to stay safe.
Okay, and your monthly rent, probably should know it, is
$11.79. 11.
All right. Well, somehow or another, you always come through it. I know you need the weekends and you can't exactly pin it. So I get that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn you out to my next date, May 8th, 2026, 3 p.m. in person.
Okay.
Get as much in there, and then we'll see where we go from there. How about that?
All right.
All right. Take care. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
He's the bottom.
Yeah, go on. Second.
That's it.
Gulfside Lake 3 versus Nathaniel Caldwell.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
Oh, there he is. Mr. Caldwell. How are you, sir? You're muted.
Oh, there we go.
All right. And what is the claim in this case?
$1,894.22.
All right, Mr. Caldwell, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I'm gonna make a payment on the 29th. That's when my next paycheck hits. I do have I did talk to Hawk. They told me to call back on the 1st, and I did put in for SER too. I'm just waiting to hear back from them.
All right. So Hawk told you to call back on the 1st.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. And how much are you going to pay on the 29th?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at my check yet, but I'm gonna try to pay at least 1,000 on it
Okay.
or
So
more
at
if I
least it's
can.
that. Right. I understand. So you pay 1,000. Your monthly rent is about that plus a little more. Probably. No, your monthly rent is about right that. So if you get that paid, we're not going to be any worse off. Hawk, you got to call back on the 1st. You got to SER in. Okay, so sir, regarding
Yes,
the SER, in your packet that you received is a rental assistance form. You need to fill that out and get that to the court by this upcoming Wednesday. Okay.
Okay. Do
All
I just
right.
bring it up there?
Yep. Just bring it up there. Make sure it's all filled out, and they'll be more than happy to take it. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. And I'll adjourn this case out to May 8th, 2026 at 3 p.m.
Okay.
in person. All right, Mr. Caldwell.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too, sir.
Gulfside Lake versus Michelle Gobo.
James Sink for the plaintiff.
Hi, this is Michelle Goble.
And also Marilyn Goble. All right. Okay. What's the claim?
$2,129.94.
All right. Ms. Goble, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Yeah, so I've been on a medical leave due to a flare-up in chronic condition. So I've only gotten like 66% versus like 100% pay. So I'll make 500 next Wednesday, and I go back to work on the 1st. So I'll start getting like 100% starting that day again.
Okay. So you're paying 500 on the 29th.
Yes.
All right. Then you're going to go back to work.
Mhm.
And gotcha. Okay, your monthly rent is $1,227. So this figure is going to go up a little bit, but if you pay the 500, it'll be about $7. Have you talked to Hawk or SOS at all?
I have not, no. So hard.
All right. Here's what I want you to do, Ms. Goble.
Yes.
All right. Why don't you give them a call? Okay.
Okay.
To see if what they can do is sort of help you over the hump of this. And then it sounds to me like you'll be in good shape and you can proceed on and pay everything, right?
Yes.
That's where you're trying to.
Yes.
All right.
About mid-May,
Now,
I want to be caught up. So
yeah, I got you. Okay, so let's try that. Do you have their number?
I do not know.
Okay, it's probably on some of your paperwork, but let me give it to you if you've got something to write with.
Okay. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, it's 734-961 1999.
1999. Thank you. Awesome.
All right, you're welcome. All right, and then what I'll do is I'll adjourn your case out to May 8th, 2026 at 3 p.m. in person.
3.
All right.
All
You
right.
do that and then check everything, and then hopefully we can get you there. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate you,
You're
Judge.
welcome. All right. Have a good weekend.
You too.
And we have Gulfside Lakes versus, this is a recall, Bunny, Josh, and Brandon.
I'm here.
But then Brandon showed up
I see
because I
that.
was a bit surprised he wasn't here.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. So I'm not going to enter the judgment. Mr. Jacques, the amount that you would owe is $3,004.85.
Correct.
All right. So how are you going to get that paid, sir?
I'm waiting on a payment from a client. I should have that sometime next week, which would allow me to settle
most of that balance.
All right. So if you get this check, how much do you think you can pay?
At least 2,400.
Okay. So 2,400 by sometime next week. I'll put by the 30th, maybe.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. So we'll do that. You'll be a little bit short, and then we're coming into the next month, and your monthly rent is about 1,100. So we'll try to figure that out. So get the 24 paid. I'm going to adjourn your case out to May 8th, 2026 at 3 p.m. in person. Okay, sir?
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Thank you. Then this is another recall, I think. We thought we had them. Evergreen Apartments versus Christopher Hesterly.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
They never signed back in, so you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is an action for non-payment of rent. The defendant owes $926.70 in rent. The costs are $172 for a total of $1,098.70. Possession only.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. Redemption amount, any amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days.
Thank you.
I have Evergreen versus Omar Martinez, Evergreen versus Jasmine Ford, and Evergreen versus Tracy Coleman. Those matters are dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. I think that's
Your
it,
Honor.
sir. All right. Good seeing you.
You also, sir. Have a great weekend.
From defaults to second chances, this courtroom session shows the full spectrum of justice in action. Some people walk out with relief, others with consequences. But one thing is clear: showing up, staying prepared, and taking action early can completely change your outcome. So tell me, what would you have done differently in these cases?
You do the same. And that's it for us for the morning. Court stands in recess.